What's up, guys? Fuad here, back in the building with another video. This one's very special. It's a debate video. I've done a few of these before, but this time I'm joined by the one, the only Toddler of Royal or something. That's something like that. I don't know, some geezer from Liverpool. Well, a Liverpool fan who lives in Gill. We love some Gill action, don't we? I'm joking. I'm joined by the one and only Deck. Obviously, you guys would have caught him on my stream both this weekend and the other day as well. But yeah, we're going to be talking about a few topics which have taken the footballing world by absolute storm. VAR, we'll get into that. There's a lot to say about that. And obviously, the handball situation that's been sort of viral this weekend with the amount of calls we've seen. It's been crazy. It's been nuts. But before we get into any of that, have you subscribed? Because if you haven't, then you're just you're a waste man. Just straight up, you're a waste man. We've made this clear. If you watch my videos, you need to subscribe. There's no ifs and buts.
Click the button, job done.
And also, if you don't follow Deck on on TikTok. I need to jump on Twitter. What's your TikTok again? Let them know.
It's Toydrefevel. It's quite hard to spell. It's idiot full of backwards, in case anybody finds it difficult to spell.
There you go. That's what it is. But other than that, let's get straight into it. Let's start with the handball situation first. I know we've got a lot to say about VAR, but I think that rant is always ongoing forever and forever. But I think the handball rule is the one that's just blown people away this weekend. I think we've got to start with Spurs' game against Newcastle, which was crazy. So let's start here. They didn't get their first two handballs that they appealed for, which in my opinion weren't handballs. They were, the guy's hand was at his body. But then I guess you can explain what happened straight after that.
Well, like you said, that one hand's against his body. It's not handball. So then Eric Dyer jumps up for the ball, and when you jump, you use your arms for leverage. Like, you don't control your arms when you jump. You just jump and your arms go everywhere. It was Andy Carroll, I think it was, wasn't it? Andy Carroll, who headed it. Yeah, who headed it, and it hit Eric Dyer. Like, literally skinned his arm. And then there was a 2-minute thing where the ref went to look at VAR and stuff like that, and they gave handball for it. And it's just like, because it hit his arm, and he got the path of the ball changed, it got given as a penalty. But what can he do? Yeah. What can he do? You know what I mean? Like, he can't do anything about it. It's hit his arm. We just want consistency. I think that's the main thing with the handball rule.
I think that was the main thing in that game. That game is like, all right, if that's a handball, then why aren't the other two handballs? And why aren't you using VAR, which is there to be used, to check it properly? I think, did he check it? I don't think he did. No, they did. They did check it.
He did check it on the screen, which I'm happy about. They're finally checking it on the screen. But the fact that a referee's gone to a screen, looked at that, and still said that's handball, that needs sorting.
So I think the thing about that Spurs one especially was the fact that it wasn't just because he jumped. He was back to the ball. He didn't even see the ball, so he's jumped. And he does it, like, obviously when you jump, your hands are maybe in the air, and it's hit him there. There's nothing you can do. That's an uncontrollable, natural position that you're going to go into.
Yeah, if they're going to do it, like you said, just consistency, because the 3-4 handballs could have been given in that game, and only that one was given.
Yeah. It's
like, if it hits your arm, it's a penalty. If that's the rule, then that's the rule. It's a stupid rule, but if that's the rule, that's the rule. Like, you've got.
Well, wasn't the rule if your arm is away from your body, then it's a handball. But then that changed slightly to if it hits your arm, it's a handball. Yeah. So it's never clear. It's never clear within the Premier League teams and within media even. It's never fully clear what the exact handball rule is.
Did you watch Match of the Day last night?
Yeah, I watched it back this morning.
Yeah, so they did like a little segment where it's like, we're trying to keep up with La Liga and Serie A. And because they had 50 handballs given last season for penalties, and we had 19 or something stupid like that. Wow. And it's like, we're trying to keep up with them, but it's our own league. The Premier League's a different league. It's like, we're just trying to, we're ruining the beautiful game.
It is, and that's There's so much ifs and buts about that. Then let's move on to also people calling for Havertz's thing the other day.
On this?
Yeah, I don't think that was a penalty. He had no intention to touch it. His hands was by his body, and it's come and touched him on the arm. So I don't think that's an handball. Again, though, it's literally it's literally the unclear thing. Some people are like, no, this is the rule. Then other people are like, no. So we don't actually know what the full rule is.
because I agree with you. I don't think it's handball in terms of if that was my team, I'd be screaming for that not to be a handball. But in the rules now, that's handball because he controlled it with his arm. If his arm wasn't there, he wouldn't have controlled it the way he did, and the goal wouldn't have been scored.
Yeah.
So technically, it's handball, but that's never handball in my opinion. He's chested it there, and it's hit his arm. Like, come on, man! Becoming a joke.
It's either gotta be straight up. It's gotta be if your arm touches it and you're like you're not trying to miss it. So if you're taking a shot and I go like this and it hits my arm or hand and my hand is by my body, I don't think that should be a handball. But if your arm is away, if that's clear enough, if your arm is away and you've kind of gone like that to move, but I don't know. Again. Or should it just be simple and be like if you deliberately go like that, like Suarez again in the World Cup, that's a pure handball. So what is it? Make it clear.
That's what Roy Hodgson said. He went, if you try and stop it with your arm on purpose, handball. If it hits your arm, not handball. Simple. Literally simple as that.
Yeah, there's no ifs or buts around it. Then it's like, all right, you can see if literally Havertz went like that to control it, then yeah, it's a handball. But he didn't even like move his arm. His arm was there already and came to him.
If I'm a striker now in the Premier League, I'm booting the ball at people's arms.
Yeah, I
Facts.
guess you. Yeah, exactly.
I am booting it at their arms. Have you Tottenham? They did a clip on Match Today. Tottenham. Jose Mourinho has taught these players to put their arms behind the back when they're running forward to stop penalties. You can't run like that. If someone cuts inside, if Pulisic or Salah cut inside and sell you the dummy, and you've got your arms behind your back, that's it.
You can't.
They're going past you. Like. Yeah. Oh, it's ruining the game, man. I can't deal with it. Beautiful game's gone.
Yeah, it's ruining it. So let us know from that topic before we move into VAR. Let us know what you think the full rule should be. Me and Deco agree, like it should simply be if you stop the direction of the ball purposely. If you stop it, if you put your arm out and do anything purposely, where you've gone like that, you've gone literally like that to get the ball, then it's a penalty or a free kick or whatever. But if your arms are in a natural position or even by your side, it shouldn't be a penalty or a free kick or whatever you want to say.
Yeah.
But the other thing that's involved in this is VAR, obviously. Go on, I'll let you finish. Were you going to say something then?
No, I'm going to say we're going to segue into something now. So you know the Mapai handball? That will segue into what we're going to talk about now.
Yeah, Mapai. Yes. Was it? Yeah, it was a handball, wasn't it? So yeah, last minute. Again, for me, this, and I know I give Man United a lot of slander. I'm known for my Manchester United little thing I've got going on, but it's all love. But this one's just serious. This one's more. Even if it wasn't Man United, it's more football based. Look, you're ruining the game, as Dick said about 3 times today, by the handball rule. But the VAR one, that's worse. That's pissing me off because once the final whistle goes, how are you going to go back into playing time to give that? It doesn't make sense. The game's over. It's done. You can't literally That's the first time in footballing history I've seen the game be restarted after the final whistle to go back on a decision.
100%.
Doesn't make sense.
It's in the history books. It's literally in the history books. It's done. Full-time whistle's gone.
Yeah.
That's my opinion on it. I just don't get it. I really don't get it. Because surely, like, how can you make a decision on the game when the game's over?
Yeah.
I just don't get it.
Imagine if it was a more significant game like the World Cup final, right? You've won it. And then 3 minutes later, they go, no, hold on. They got a penalty now. Like, it kills the joy of the game. And granted, I would rather have those arguments where it's if and buts, like, but it was a handball, and rather than go back and change it, because it adds too much. Yeah. I mean, there's definitely positives and negatives of VAR. There's certain situations where it's like, you know, it comes into play really well when it's like a clear penalty or a clear red card and they go back and they change it. That I understand. But there's certain ones like the one on Saturday for the Brighton game was like, come on, man, the game's over. You can't go back and play the game again.
The thing is, though, it is a penalty and it's clear handball. Like we're not debating that. It went like that.
Yeah.
But the game's over. Yeah, it's clear handball. It's a penalty. But if the referee can't make that decision in the allotted time for him, I'm sorry. That's it. It's game over. But what word did you say about 4 times then?
Say again?
Clear. What word did you say about 4 times during that sentence? Clear. It needs to be clear and obvious. That's what VAR is for. Clear and obvious mistakes, not restarting a game after it's finished.
Yeah. I think,
man.
well, if you're going to do that, and I'm going to go into the final topic, if you're going to do those types of things where you get end games and go back on decisions, then you've got to keep it 100%. Remember what you said. There's certain words we keep repeating. You got to, it has to be consistent, right? You have to consistently do that then. If you're going to end games and go back, you got to consistently do that. What happened last season? Sheffield United, my hometown team, I'm going to back them a little bit here. You know, they had a good game against Aston Villa. They lost. I think it was that game. Did they lose or was it a draw? I can't remember.
They lost 2-1, I think, yeah.
2-1. Okay, so they could have grabbed a point at least from that game. They should have, because the ball... First of all, I don't know what the ref was doing in that game, because anyone can see the goalkeeper is inside the net, so you don't even need VAR for that type of thing. But if you are going to go back in games and change it when the game is over, why did Sheffield United not get that goal given after the final whistle when the officials came out, the Premier League came out and said... We're sorry, it was actually a goal, but we can't change the result. Well, if you can't change that result, then why was Man United's result changed?
But not even at full time, at half time. Because it was literally 2 minutes before the half.
Oh, yeah.
So at half time, when you've realised it's the goal, because I would have seen it, and the referee's watch flashed for goal during the half time break. So why not then go, you know what, we made a mistake, hands up, it wasn't working. We start the half at 1-1 or 1-0 or whatever it was.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you know that goal got Bournemouth to be relegated as well.
Yeah, so again, those situations...
Got points.
Then will we ever get a consistent VAR thing? I don't think we will. And it's sad because it's sad because it can help in the game. It really can. But there seems to be more negatives than positives that kill the whole game.
It gets talked about every week and 90% of it's negative.
Exactly, I agree with you. So I guess our conclusion here is we've come to two. The handball rule, make it flipping clear. It's either a handball or it's not. I mean, I might have I feel like I confused myself in the very beginning when I said, all right, then why wasn't the ones given for Tottenham? I guess if it is to his body, it isn't a penalty. That makes sense. But if he's not looking at the ball, it's not a clear handball. As much as I hate to admit it, Tottenham should have got the 3 points on Sunday, not drawn against Newcastle. And our 100%. final one is scrap VAR.
I think it's scrap it. I think it's just ruining the beautiful games. You can't celebrate anymore. Like tonight, it's Liverpool Arsenal tonight, and all I'm worried about is a VAR decision going against me. I'm sat there trying to celebrate, and I'm just like, I can't do it. Or it costs us 3 points because obviously City dropped points. So it's like, could that inflect the title race? It's just like, it scares me. VAR it ruins the game for me. I can't get on board with it.
I'm glad I got some Liverpool.
Hey, we can't even say that anymore. We don't even get decisions.
Yeah, well, you know, it's yeah. I mean, it helps them with their penalties for sure. Let's not get that twisted.
Penalties
vibes. Don't celebrate when you've scored after the full-time whistle. It's embarrassing. What are you doing that for?
He celebrated like he just won the World Cup final as well. Like,
Stop it. Don't do that, please.
Anyway, let's not trash United because we'll probably get comments.
I always will. I'm just saying, like, you're a professional footballer who scored after the full-time whistle. Relax, it's against Brighton. Move on. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed it. This one was not as choppy as usual, but I enjoyed it because it's more of a discussion video. If you want more of these, where it's me and Dek, or me and someone else, or even a group of us, where we do that on Saturdays, actually. Saturday nights, catch us 10 p.m. But if you want more of these through the week, cheeky plug. If you want more of these through the week, where we pick a topic and debate, I will happily do that. It's fun, it's exciting, and also you guys can engage with it. So yeah, make sure to subscribe, and I'll catch you guys shortly.